The other day, a mother came to me. Her son is 13 years old and she's struggling in how he doesn't talk to her. He's angry all the time. He's withdrawing himself and he's making some risky choices. She had tears in her eyes and she told me that I really wish someone had told me when he was little that these early years matter so much. I absolutely didn't know, is what she told me. And here's the hard truth I had to tell her. It's a fact that the first 7 years of a child's life are the most critical, for development in all of human life, right? So it is really not the teenage years, not the elementary school, it's the first 7 years. And if we miss this window, if we don't get this right during these years, everything else becomes a lot harder. It's not going to be impossible, it's just going to be harder. And I'm going to show you why the first 7 years are the foundation for everything, how they shape your child's brain, their relationships, their mental health, and their entire future. And I'm going to tell you what you can do right now if your child is still in this window, or what to do if you've already passed it, because it's never too late. It's going to be harder, but it's never too late. Having said that, the earlier we start, the easier it is. So stay with me, especially if you're a parent with a child and about to become a parent. This video might be one of the most important videos you've ever seen. Hi parents, welcome back to my channel. I am Ankita Bagri Chandak, a Montessori expert, a positive parenting and neuroscience coach. This channel is where we simplify parenting by using science-backed strategies that you can actually apply every single day in your interaction with your children. Let me start with the science, all right? But I promise I'm going to keep it simple. But you need to understand what is really happening between birth to the age of 7, right? A child's brain is growing faster than it will ever again. During these early years, the brain is forming over 1 million neural connections every second. 1 million every second. No other time in human life is a child's brain going to grow this fast. It's going to be open to this kind of learning. And here's what's happening during this time, all right? The brain is learning the basics for everything that comes after. How your child will handle their emotions, how they will deal with stress, how they're going to form relationships, friendships, how they're going to see themselves, how they'll handle conflict. Everything is being programmed into their brain between birth till the age of 7. Think of the first 7 years like building a house, all right? That's where we are pouring the foundation, correct? The foundation is set. Everything else that's going to come on top, the walls, the roof, the beautiful finishes, everything comes later. If the foundation is weak or cracked, everything that's built on top of it will have problems. And the research is clear. The experiences a child has during these first 7 years literally shapes how their brain develops. Let me give you some examples of how this shows up in real life. Example 1, how they handle emotions. All right, if a child between birth and 7 consistently has a parent who stays calm when they're upset, who says, I see that you're really angry right now, instead of stop crying, their brain learns, I can handle big emotions. Somebody will help me through this. And that child then grows up knowing how to calm themselves down. But let's say the same child is punished for crying, sent away when they're upset, or told, oh, you're being so dramatic. Their brain learns, my feelings are bad, I need to hide them, or let me explode with them, all right? That child grows into an adult who either shuts down or loses control over small things, all right? This is not about personality. This is about what their brain learned early on. Another example, how they build relationships, okay? Between birth to the age of 7, children are learning a very important question. Can I trust people? If a child's needs are met every single day, if they cry, someone comes, they're scared, someone comforts them. If they need help, someone responds, and they learn, oh, people are safe, I can trust people, I matter, my needs matter. Now let's say the same child's needs are ignored, or they're met with anger, or only met sometimes. They learn, I can't rely on anyone, I have to do everything myself, love isn't safe. And here's the thing, This belief that the child forms in the first 7 years, this goes on to affect their friendships, their romantic relationships, even how they parent, their own children one day. There are these studies that have followed people for decades and found that how safe you felt with your parents before the age of 7 predicts how you'll handle relationships for the rest of your life. And I think that's amazing. I think every parent should know this, right? Let's discuss a third example, how your children handle stress. Your child's body has a stress response system, which is basically their internal alarm system, okay? It's being set during the first 7 years. If a child grows up in a calm, very predictable environment, they feel safe, then their alarm system learns the world is mostly safe. I can relax. Now, let's say there's a child who is growing up with constant yelling, there's chaos, there's fear, there's unpredictability. Their alarm system gets stuck on high alert. Their body learns the world is dangerous. I always need to be ready for something. They live on edge. Now, what happens? This leads to a lot of anxiety, difficulty in focusing, trouble sleeping. They're going to have health issues even later in life, okay? And I have to tell you about a famous study that followed over 17,000 people for decades. They found that stress and trauma in the first 7 years doesn't just affect childhood. It affects your entire lifespan. Not because these people were weak, not because they made bad choices, because their bodies learned to be on high alert when they were little and never learned to turn it off. Now, here's where it gets really, really important. Everything I just described, how children handle emotions, how they build relationships, how they respond to stress, all of this is being shaped by how we parent during these early years. Not by what we buy our children, not by what school they go to, not by how many activities they are in, all right? By how we respond to them in just these daily, everyday moments. When they're having a tantrum in the grocery store, when they are scared at bedtime, when our children make mistakes, and of course they will make mistakes, they're children, when they're angry or they're sad or they're overwhelmed, these are the moments that are really wiring our child's brain. Now, let me give you some real life examples of what this looks like. Okay, let's discuss some scenarios. Scenario 1, your child, let's say a 3-year-old, is melting down because you gave them the wrong color cup. Old parenting response would be, oh, you're being ridiculous. It's just a cup. Go to your room until you calm down and then come talk to me. All right. This is teaching the child's brain, oh, my feelings are too much. I'm bad when I'm upset. I have to deal with this alone. But now a new response, the positive parenting response is, you really wanted the blue cup? I can see why you're so upset. It's hard when things don't go the way we want. I am here. Now, what is this teaching your child's brain? My feelings are okay. I am safe when I'm upset. Somebody will help me. And now imagine this happening for the next 7 years. These moments add up. They really add up. And they create a completely different pattern in the child's brain. Let's discuss scenario 2. There's a 5-year-old, okay, they are hitting their sibling. The old response is, we don't hit, get out. Leave the room, you're being mean. Now, this teaches the brain, I'm bad when I make mistakes, I have to be alone. Love only comes when I'm good. A new response could be, you hit your sister, that's not okay, hitting hurts, it looks like you were really frustrated. Let's talk about what happened and how we can help each other, okay? Now, this teaches the brain, we make mistakes, but I'm not bad. I can learn. I'm still loved even when I mess up. Now, these moments also compound over 7 years. Imagine the impact of it. And let's say a third scenario, your 6-year-old is scared of the dark. Now, the old response could be, you're being such a sissy. There's no need to be scared about the dark. You're a big child now, just go to sleep. This teaches the brain, my fear doesn't matter. I have to learn how to handle scary things alone, and asking for help is weakness. Now, the new response would be, I hear you. The dark can feel scary. Let's figure out what can help you till you feel safe. Do you want a nightlight? Should we check under the bed together? So this teaches the brain, my feelings matter. It's okay to ask for help. I can face hard things with support. Do you see the pattern? It's not about being perfect. It's about how we respond in these hard moments. And those responses are literally building the brain. Now here's what breaks my heart. Parents come to me when their children are 13, 15, 14, 17, and they say, my child doesn't talk, my child is angry all the time, they are making inappropriate and sometimes dangerous choices, I don't know what to do. And the truth is, by then we are not building the foundation anymore, we are trying to rebuild it. Is it possible? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. The brain can change at any age. It's so much harder because by 13, those patterns are set. How they handle emotions is set. How they make friends is set. How they see relationships is set. How they respond when they are in stressful situations, it completely sets. Can we change them? The answer is yes, but it will take years of conscious work. It will take therapy. It will take a little bit of pain, right? What if we get it right in the first 7 years? We're building a strong foundation that everything else can rest on. I want to be really clear about something. If your child is already past 7, this is not about guilt. This is not about shaming you because you didn't know this. Most of us parent the way we were parented. Most of us are doing the best we can with the tools we have. But today, you know better. And with knowledge comes an opportunity to change. With knowledge comes responsibility. If your child is still in the first 7 years, you have the most incredible opportunity right in front of you. You can shape their brain in ways that will serve them for the entire life. And if your child is already older, it's not too late. It's just going to require more patience, more effort, a lot of repair work. It's going to require intention. It's going to require presence. But it's possible because the brain is plastic, neuroplasticity, brain can change at any age. It's just easier when they're young. So now what does this mean practically? All right. If your child is under 7, here's what matters. Respond to their emotions with calm and validation. When they're upset, stay close. Don't send them away. There's no calm down alone happening, Their brain is learning how to handle emotions by watching you stay calm. So stay calm and stay with them. You're going to be teaching them a great deal. Number 2, be consistent and be reliable. When they reach for you, please respond. When they are scared, you can comfort them instead of shaming them, And when they need you, please be available. Our children need us the most in the first 7 years. It's the foundational years. And when you're there, it teaches them people are safe, I can trust. And please avoid shame-based discipline. This is the third thing. Yelling, punishments that isolate children. They're not really teaching anything, they are hurting. Use natural consequences, problem solving, use connection. And fourth, let them know it's okay to make mistakes. Your child needs to know that your love doesn't go away when they mess up. They need to know they're not bad when they make mistakes. They also need to know mistakes are how we learn, right? And 5, work on staying calm yourself. You can't help your child calm down if you're losing it. Your calm presence is the most powerful parenting tool you have. All right. These are not complicated strategies, but they require us to present differently than most of us were actually parented. And I know that's hard because it's new. And when your child is screaming, you're completely exhausted, you're getting triggered, you actually just want them to stop. And it's your instinct, right? You might be yelling, you might be threatening, you might be punishing, you might be hitting. But that instinct, I need you to know that that instinct is your own childhood programming, and that's what your brain has learned. Now you have the chance to break the cycle. You have the chance to give your child something different, a different experience of parenting altogether. And it's your chance to give your children the foundation you maybe didn't get. And I know this is a lot and I know it can be overwhelming, but here's the good news. You don't have to do this alone, all right? I've spent years studying early childhood development and positive parenting. I've created a framework that makes it very simple and very doable. If this video helped you, if you learned, if this was valid for you, then you have to join my free 2.5-hour positive parenting webinar this week. We unpack the 10 pillars that actually shape your child's world with practical tools you can use immediately. Link is in the description. I can't wait to see you inside. And I also am looking forward to seeing you in our next video.